Hello and welcome to another episode of Indie TTRPG Nights. I'm
Let's get
Avery.
ready to rumble.
Yeah, I'm Avery. I'm joined
Woo!
I'm joined by my wonderful partners in crime, Vico and Moon. And tonight
That's us.
we're going to be playing. Yeah, that's you. That's you.
Yeah. Oh
Uh
god, you can see too much of my disaster apartment.
that's fine. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Um, so tonight we're going to be playing Echo by Roll Over Play Dead, which is a game designed by Kai Po and graphic design and layout by Alicia Roosely. There we go. Make sure I have it all written down here so I don't forget because I forget sometimes. But yeah, but before we get into that, we have a few announcements, which is weird to have
Woo!
announcements. Days. So you've seen Moon be in our TTRPG nights streams and in our stars I shall find and in will be in upcoming games because Moon here is going to be joining us sort of all the time now for these
Yeah,
streams. For these wonderful
pretty
streams.
excited. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. It's so wonderful that you said yes, of course. But yeah. And our second big announcement is I'll preface this with this. So there's this board game company or like this company called Black Cat Gaming. You should check them out. They're actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, we didn't know they existed when we made our own name, and they're eerily close to our name, and we don't want to infringe and step on anybody's toes or anything like that. So we're going to be doing our own rebranding of sorts. Um, so from now on, we are going to be called Queers Guild, and it's going to be a guild of queers. Uh,
That's what we stand for.
yeah, just a guild of queers. Nothing's gonna change. We're still gonna be doing video game stuff on cover other days. Still doing this show every Saturday and stars that you'll find every other Tuesday. Um, just our name and our brand is changing. That's all. I'm gonna spice up the overlays and stuff like that to be all nice and fancy. There's gonna be some changes in the social media and our name and all that. That's all. That's all that's really changing. So, yeah, hope you'll stick with us as we march our way towards being an entity. I don't know what other word to call it that exists to create content for you to enjoy. And we're really grateful for everyone who's joined with us and stuck with us and followed us. And yeah, so yeah, that's all I have. I don't think y'all have anything to say unless y'all want to say something.
I'm excited.
Avery
That's awesome.
designed our logo and it's really, really good.
It is.
You'll see it soon.
It's very good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then without further ado, why don't we get into Echo by Rollover
Go.
Playdead.
Go.
So this is going to be a story about kids playing in mech wreckage and a ghost. So we've elected to so there's three main characters, at least three characters in this game. There's going to be at least two children, which will be played by Vico and Moon, and the mind of a dead mech pilot, backed up in a tiny echo drive just before death. So, your goal is to find its mech before before the battery pretty much dies on this device, keeping the consciousness of this mech pilot alive. And it's my goal to help you find it. Um, why don't we just jump right in? This doesn't say to do this, but I would like to see why don't so the first thing is first step is for me to introduce myself. I will be playing the pilot. So I'm a ghost. Powers failing, and I can never go home. I should have named this character before we started.
Improv, baby.
Just because I really like this name. My name is Elsie. Unit 4. Serial number 23911475510. My last mission, reconnaissance. What I most loved about my past life and the people I left behind. Getting coffee with my best friend. My mom and dad. I wasn't from here originally. I am an immigrant. But this is where I died. Next step, the children. Introduce yourselves to the pilot. Loving the dead air.
I am
Sorry, I
Sam,
was reading.
and I am 12 years old.
Okay, you're Sam. You're 12 years old.
I'm Elsa, and I am 6. We have
What-
almost the same name. That's pretty cool. Um,
How do you spell that name?
I
How do you spell that name?
LZA.
LZA. Elsa. You're 6? All right.
You want to be
I
siblings,
like-
Sam?
yeah. Let's-
Okay.
Siblings.
Go.
Okay.
My baby sibling. And I like to go exploring, but I also have to keep Elsa out of trouble.
Which can be a little hard to do, admittedly. I sort of like trouble. It's exciting. That's why I snuck out after you when you went to go explore.
Well, 2 heads are better than 1, and takes 2 hands to keep Elsa from losing any fingers.
You read my mind. Um,
What were you doing when you found the Echo Drive?
I think this time I had actually snuck out for Sam because I really wanted to go watch the mechs do their digging in the quarry. It's just really interesting to watch them, and I want to know how they work. How do they work?
I don't know. I failed my advanced mechs module.
You know, that 12-year-olds get. That 12-year-olds take.
The 12-year-old
Obviously.
take. Listen, I did really good in preliminary algebra, so they were like, yeah, you can take the advanced math classes, and anyway, we can look it up on the terminal when we get home. We can look up how they work
Okay.
at a safe distance so you don't lose any fingers.
I mean, it was just one. I'm okay now.
Do you know how long Mom reamed me out for that?
Sorry. It wasn't your fault. I mean, it's my own fault.
I know that, and you know that. She didn't know that. No more losing fingers until you're at least 12.
I'll try my best.
And you can lose as many as you want.
You can do whatever because
Once you hit 12.
I will be 18. I will be out of here, and it won't be my responsibility anymore.
Oh, so I should maybe tell you before you got here, I found something. I'll pull out the Echo Drive from my pocket. There's another thing. I don't know how it works. But it talked to me and it introduced herself. It said name is Elsie. It's pretty cool because this one was my name.
That is really neat. Is it like an AI? That's it.
Hey,
I did way better in
AI?
my AI module than I did in my Mex module.
I'm not an AI, no. I'm
Oof, really does talk.
hello, who is this?
I'm Elsa's older sibling. I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam. I'm Elsie, Unit 4, serial number 23911475510.
That means nothing to me.
Oh,
It's
Sam, don't you know your history? Come on. Unit 4 was the reconnaissance unit in the Great War. Am I better at history than you? Better at something than you.
yeah.
I don't mean to be a
That's
bother,
exciting.
but where am I?
So, what?
You're near the quarry. In this is an out of character pause as I try to figure out what this place is named.
Okay. Do you want to draw it on the map as well? That's one of the
Yes.
things you have to do.
Am I drawing the town or am I drawing the quarry?
Draw the quarry, because that's where you found it.
You.
Hello to Rollover Play Dead in the chat. Hi.
Stories.
All yeah, all good science fiction stories take place in a quarry. That's true. That's really true, and I don't know why.
Oliver.
Oh, what's he doing?
He's just sitting on the other end of the couch that I can't show because showing it would show everyone how messy my apartment is.
Oh, he'll show up eventually. He'll come in frame.
The quarry at
Come on, use those improv skills.
Grey Chapel.
Great chapel, cool.
Grey Chapel. I think it used to be like around when you were doing your thing. If you are the Unit 4 that Elsa says you are, it used to be called what was it?
Used to be called Starside.
Right, Starside. I always get that mixed up with the other. That ring any bells?
Our side. Yes, that was an encampment we had.
Well, now it's a town
Oh,
called Grey Chapel on account of all of the stone and
All very
all
gray.
very gray, and the one
and the chapel, I assume.
no, it's just a rock formation that looks like a chapel.
Oh, I think I remember that. It must have not have changed much since I was there.
Probably not. It's only been what, 200 years?
I
250?
I have no clue. I can't keep track of time in here.
How do you not know this, Sam? 227 years.
I That's basically what I said. Like, I got fast tracked into the technical modules. I didn't do the I didn't do the social sciences.
Hey, person trapped in this little thing. You know how the mechs work?
I know how my mech works.
You have a mech? What does it look like? What does it look like?
Um, it's kind of hard to describe. It's I know it. Well, there's I know if I was near it. I can't see exactly, but I can sense. If I was near it, I could show you. And I have a question. I don't think there's much.
Okay.
I don't think there's much battery charge left in this device. And I want to see my mech. There's personal things in there. Could you take me to them?
Sure.
Yeah, is it nearby, or also
It's-
should I add the big chapel rock
Sure. Yeah, why don't you add it in the next to the quarry?
right next to the quarry?
Why not?
All right. It's what's a chapel look like? Hey Avery, this time if there are children, you have to warn me.
Okay, I don't no one said that there's a child watching, so no child is watching, I don't think. If you're a child, you legally have to tell us. I don't think that's true. Please.
Avery let me swear on stream in front of children that she knew was watching.
Whoops.
I didn't know what to
You're
do.
never going to be able to live that down, babe.
No, I won't. It's fine.
Is it showing up on the map?
Let me see.
Yes. It is on the map.
I see
On
the
Roll20, it
quarry.
is not on the map on stream.
All right, that was weird.
Can Avery not see it?
I can see it. There it is. It's there.
Okay. Yeah. Hey.
Right,
So,
delay. That would why.
All right. Let me pull up the.
Wonder where your mech might be. You remember where you were when you got trapped in this thing?
Well, I'm not necessarily trapped. It's sort of a life preservation thing, but I guess my Echo Drive got dislodged from my mech and left here.
Oh.
If you, I have a homing beacon, and it's not exactly working right. It's been, how long did you say?
200.
227 years.
Yeah,
It's the end of the war. I don't know when you
Right, neither do
fell
I.
out of your Mac.
It's been that
Cool.
long, maybe longer. Since then, it's not working properly. You're gonna have to sort of find it on your own. Do you know of any places where there are other mechs, wreckages?
Well,
there's
hmm.
the Giant's graveyard. We're not like really supposed to go in there, especially since Elsa
You're
locked
seriously gonna let me go in there with you? Again? This is the best day ever! Let's go!
Don't tell Mom,
Oh, promise.
and don't
Can't say
lose any
anything.
more fingers.
I'll try my best. Promises?
Okay, but yeah, there's the Giant's graveyard.
Maybe it's there.
It's where they towed a bunch of the old trashed mechs after, you know, after. So
It'd be, um, it would mean a lot to me if you could help me out. Um, and if there's anything you need from me, there's not much I can do. I can tell you things about back then.
sure.
Okay. I can't really see, but I can tell that we're not moving.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go!
Giant's graveyard is Moon, do you want to add that to the map? Because I've added 2 things to the map, so.
I was going to attempt to draw tombstones, but there's not a whole lot of space in these little spots.
I am obsessed with Chop Chop.
Me too.
There we go.
Chop
It's
chop.
gravestone adjacent. Gets the idea across.
Oh yeah, hang on, let me.
That's good.
There we go. Perfect. All right. So the next step, so to speak, is the world. So children, teach the pilot about your world. The Echo Drive can speak and hear, but not see, so be their eyes. Start by making a map, marking where you each found the drive, which we did. As you describe more locations during the game, feel free to add woods, hills, rivers and lakes, coastlines, towns, and roads. Choose if the world is advanced or low tech. I'll leave that up
I
to you.
think we already chose the
Oh yes, I
mining
already,
mechs,
which is high tech.
which I'm all for.
Okay. Pilot, was the world advanced back when, as it is now? Has it regressed? I definitely think it was not. Obviously, it was at. I want to say it's roughly about the same, maybe a little less advanced than it is now. So that's
More original trilogy Star Wars, and now it's like a bit more Star Trek.
Sure. Sure.
It used to be super dusty, rusty sci-fi, and now it's chromy,
Shiny lens flary sci-fi. Yeah.
shiny lens flary.
All of the lens flare. So much lens flare.
So much lens flare. Can't really see anything. All right. So
That's why I failed my modules.
because there's so much goddamn lens flare. All All right, next step is hometown. Children, choose from hometown or roll a die and then mark it on the map. Do you want to roll? Do you want to?
We said, I think
So,
from the way we described it, we're at advanced 4, mining mechs and digging machines toil in a quarry.
Oh yeah, look at that.
that's where I got the query from.
Ah,
Hey, do you want to put that?
we already put the
on the
quarry. We already put the quarry in though.
Yeah,
It's
but
already
we
there.
town.
Okay, put the town.
I think
We
the
need
town
the town.
should cover a couple of tiles.
Yes. Actually, I
Okay.
think I'm going to make the executive decision that the Giant's Graveyard also covers a couple of tiles.
I welcome this executive decision.
Executively, I agree.
Great, motion passed.
Motion passed. We have quorum. Let's go.
Perfect. My gravestones look absurd, but I'm okay with that.
They're fine.
It's mouse drawn.
All right.
If
Hey.
it were pencil drawn, it wouldn't be much
Oh,
better,
man.
but that's okay.
Little man, come over and get on camera. Huh?
Let me see the boy.
He's ignoring me.
Oh, Oliver.
Oliver.
Oh, sleepy.
Oh, goody.
He's so sweet. He is not a happy camper.
Oh,
Give
Look
him
at
a
those.
second.
Look at those beans.
we just did a little blap.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wait.
Oh, cute
No.
baby.
I
Yeah.
interrupted his nap.
How dare
How dare you, human?
I just really wanted to cuddle.
you?
Alright.
There
All
he
right,
goes.
bye.
All
It's a
right.
lovely cat drink.
Who's drawing the house? The houses for the town. I can draw it if you want.
Yeah.
All right. I'll draw
Alright.
them here. Yeah, drawing with mouse, with your non-dominant hand.
I'll help.
Oh, that's even worse.
Thanks, babe.
No, I meant worse of an experience, not worse drawings. So I just noticed that I am the only one who used a different color.
I think Avery and I
Very
are
hard to not let that
different.
bother me.
We're like slightly different.
I'm gonna switch to a
Oh,
more
you are?
obnoxious pink.
Great.
Thanks for that.
Okay. That's a town. That's a town, obviously, right? That's a town.
It's, yeah,
Tell that they are
we
houses.
did it.
We did it. Congrats, everybody. All right.
I'm gonna add one more house.
Okay.
How to draw a town on a grid with your computer mouse.
Haha.
What scars on the land and on the adults show the impact of the final war? How have they faded? How much damage remains?
So I had a couple of things
Okay.
come to mind. One being, well, I guess, options. Are we near a body of water? So I sort of imagined like a submarine that had like sunk, and over the years the water receded, so it's sort of like half out of the water. Or if we are in a forested area, there's just this huge swath of forest that is like basically like Pompeii. You have like words, the charred, like hollowed out because everything inside burned, but then I don't know how to draw either of those things on this map.
Why not both?
Okay, but I love both of them.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
both of those.
We could do, let's see, so we can do blue for water, Water like
I think it would be neat if it were like a big,
over here.
like aquatic mech that looks like
Yeah,
a sea,
I really like that.
like a sea dragon.
And then
A
I
sea
like
snake,
that a lot, actually.
some might say.
A
Snake.
sea snake. The world is our snoister.
There it is.
Perfect. Whoops! That is not what I tried to do. How do I undo?
You
I
gotta,
think only Avery is able to
Okay.
undo.
I gotcha.
Thank you. So we'll put attempt to put snaky. I'm really bad at drawing.
Me too.
I'm just gonna draw part of
There we go.
I love the creations that we make. Like all of the map games that we've played, I have saved, so I can just go back and try and figure out what the
Good.
hell we were doing when we make these.
What it means. Perfect.
Oh,
Awesome. It looks like my snake was in the middle of eating something when it died.
what are those supposed to be?
the
trees.
burned out trees.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. By the Giant's Graveyard.
Also-
Okay.
Also loss.
No, you didn't. I hate you so much. Can't explain how much I hate you right now. Okay,
You're stuck with me forever.
that is true. That is very true. Okay.
Oh, by proxy, I am as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Next step is journey. So one per child. Children, each of you in turn leads the group on a journey to a mech. The oldest child goes first, or decides who does. Choose a description and a fate, or roll a die for each, then mark it on the map.
I kind of want to randomize this.
Me too.
Okay. Roll that funky die. So Sam goes first.
Okay. So I think we start here and we kind of progress, kind of skirting around the town, and I'm kind of talking about what's about like my classes and whatever, and we get kind of to this sort of hill,
Okay.
and um there's like a foot of a mech sticking out, and then the rest is just like random bars and bits of rusty metal.
Okay.
And it's been the foot and the bits that are like big enough have been kind of, there's just layers on layers of graffiti over it from like, with the styles slowly changing as new generations have come in and painted over it again. Just over and over. It's like, oh, this is well, I don't know what it was called like when it was a whole mech, but it's I think Mom called it. They call it like Lover's Lane or whatever now. Like you go in, you put your, if you can get your sweetheart's name written out on it on one of the pieces and then back into town without getting caught, it's like, woo. It's a sign of like it's good luck for your relationship or whatever. Like gross old people stuff.
Hmm.
Any of it ping? Is it pinging?
Bring me closer.
Okay, think, well, the foot's here, so if, I guess the head would be in a, like I have a hand on Elsa's shoulder, to keep you from wandering off.
Yep, that tracks.
And I'm just leading like past the big intact foot and kind of following what I think the shape of the body would be based on like where the foot is and where the big bits are. It's like anything.
I'm not getting anything. It's. I can figure out what kind of mech this was. 1 second. It's. I think I knew the person this mech belonged to.
Oh,
I didn't know them very well. Just a comrade in a different division, different unit. I think he was Unit 7.
Oh,
I
well, that
remember.
would make sense because I mean, this is near where that big I don't remember what it was called. I was just reading about it. Oh, Sam, don't tell Mom that I was snuck into the library again and got books that I'm not supposed to read yet. But
no, we've all
um,
done it.
the 7 and the I think it was Enemy Unit 4. I think he had a big fight here, so that would make sense.
I remember that
Was
fight.
is that what happened over on the other side of the giant's graveyard? The all the trees being burnt out.
Yeah, they had this sort of it was sort of like what you hear in the fairy tales, dragons. It was all mechanical and it breathed really hot fire. I don't remember what they called it though, but yeah,
Oh
it was
yeah,
all the same fight.
I remember
I
what they
remember
called it.
that. The
I remember them. They used stick
Pisces
against
Omega.
us.
Actually, there.
I was there for that
That's
battle.
wild.
Oh, that was one of the last battles of the war.
I was
It's
sent.
pretty decisive.
I was sent away from it. My commanding officer needed me to scout ahead. Last thing I saw was smoke billowing up before I left to scout ahead.
Well, the home team won.
That's good.
Goodness for that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Or
Must have been pretty terrible to see.
Definitely wouldn't recommend. Wouldn't recommend it.
the wreckage of the Pisces is pretty cool. Elsa, please don't tell Mom that I've been there.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Cool. Then we're in agreement. No one rats out anyone else.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I might tell your parents. I think that was a
That
joke.
would
I
mean we
can't
would
really
have
go
to
anywhere.
introduce you to.
Yeah, I can't really go anywhere.
Yeah, we're not going to take you to our house if you just threatened to tell our parents about the gig out we've done. Anyway, where else should we look? I mean, did you do anything like with the amphibious next? Should we go check out the Pisces? Because there's the Pisces, but then there's these I don't know if you saw them or not, Sam, but there's these series of humanoid mechs that looked like maybe they were like, you know, somehow connected to the Pisces. But should we check there?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Let's
There's the four of them standing in the water by. So, I mean, they're not really near the Pisces. I mean, the Pisces has sort of become this like monument thing, which a lot of people really don't like about it. They're sort of off to the side. So Moon is going to attempt to draw Max standing in the water. See how this goes.
listen, say what you'll say about the enemy and all, but the Pisces is a beauty of mechanical engineering.
It killed a lot of people. A lot of people I knew personally. I understand.
That's woof. Um, shit.
You should maybe watch your mouth. You're 12 years old, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I hang out with the code slicers after school, and they all. Oh God! Don't tell mom. I will give you my dessert for the next week as long as mom does not find out that I swear.
You promise?
Pinky promise.
Okay, I'll tell her. You would be in so much trouble if she knew.
I will allow you to say one swear word today.
So many.
You'll know when the time is right.
I love these kids. Okay.
We want to check out the Chinese graveyard first on the way to the ocean. Since we're closer to it, go in there. If any of those mechs feel familiar.
Seems like as good a place as any. Most of what got left behind after the war got, at least around Starside, Grey Chapel. I love these stick figures.
Thanks.
They're pretty good.
I
Tried my
adore them.
best. So as we make our way to the Giants graveyard, it has been dubbed that because you go down the hill, Lover's Lane, and there's sort of a little like, looks like it was very intentionally placed, two rose bushes, and as you walk through them, you can see row upon row upon row upon row of mech that has been almost sort of akin to like Egyptian mummies, like very ceremoniously laid out. There are people who come and clean the mechs and tend the grounds. And it tends to be taken care of by family, generation upon generation upon generation, a family member of whoever it was who was lost during the war, who piloted these mechs. There is a particular one that, unless stopped, Elsa is going to take off running towards.
Dad! No running!
Okay. Like for a second, their legs like keep going as you catch them, like a cartoon.
Please don't drop
But
me.
I wanted to go say hi.
We can at a gentle indoor pace.
Do know I move just as quickly indoors, yeah.
At what
I know what you mean.
what the teacher bots would call a gentle indoor pace. That, so that you do not trip
We'll proceed to
and
walk
crack your head
to.
over.
This one particular mech who is very almost an absurd juxtaposition because the rest of the mechs are immaculately clean. This one is covered in graffiti. Things like names and "We want peace," "Stop the fighting," "Stop sending our children to die," and just all of these garishly bright colors and patterns, and you can't even really read them anymore. And Elsa runs up to it and says, just like sort of like taps it. It's just like that's not the sound it makes. Like a thunk, thunk, thunk.
I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah. Obviously, the mech does not move.
A couple of birds startle.
Oh, hi.
A possum pokes its head out.
Been a while since I've been here. I didn't used to live in there. This is the one where, so like what, like last year I was here and I shouldn't have been here. I may have slipped and I may have hurt myself. There may have been something really sharp inside. This is my favorite. He's so colorful. Do any of these ones feel familiar?
Can you describe this one to me?
So, look
Well,
at
I don't
Sam.
think it was covered in graffiti way back when. It's
I can't sense its homing. I can't sense its beacon. Why are these all here?
Well, so most of this one, I honestly, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe the person who owned this mech liked graffiti. I don't know. But most of these have been taken care of by the people who are related to the people who piloted the mechs in the war. It's sort of like, I guess that's why we call it the graveyard. I mean, sort of like a way to come and honor your family who died. And from what I understand, just sort of needed a place to put them all. And family members, I guess, didn't really want to get rid of them.
This one didn't have I think the last of the family line moved away back in Grandpa's generation, so no one's been taking care of it in a while.
I wonder if anyone's been taking care of my mech.
But
I don't remember where it was left. If it was moved. Thank you for doing this. For showing me around, for telling me about how things are now. I never really had family out here. I moved here alone.
Damn.
yeah, yep.
What if Ermac is the one that's in our yard that I've been taking care of? Should we go check?
The little one?
Yeah.
I mean, like, little, it's still, like, bigger
Yeah,
than...
it's not little. It's bigger than me. A little compared to all of these ones.
Yeah, let's
go.
I guess. I mean, if it's not one of the ones in here, and it's certainly not the Pisces, then it's...
Yeah.
Then it could be.
So
What is it?
we will run home and go to the backyard and climb up in the tree. And there's a knot hole that's pretty big. And sort of like tumble down into the knot hole, which opens up into this little like tree fort type area. And there's a rack that is very clean and has stickers all over it of like unicorns and rainbows and cats and dogs and etc. Elsie, is this your mech? Because I've been taking care of it for like practically my entire life, like the whole like 3 years. I found it in this tree. I was climbing and I fell down here.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Bring me closer. I This is it.
I hope you don't mind I decorated it for you.
No, that's wonderful.
It's really cute.
There's even some pink marker on part of it, but the marker didn't really stay on the metal very well. But I tried to make it pink, which is my favorite color.
That's mine too.
We have so much in common.
Have you looked inside?
No.
I haven't been able to get the door open.
Bring me closer. I can unlock it.
Okay.
There's like a couple of beeps and
Echo drive.
beeps and boops coming from the echo drive, and the mech seems to beep and boop in response.
It's alive.
Oh, it still works.
And there's just like a hissing sound as
Impressive.
like the glass sort of cover just sort of pops open and it's like creaks, like partially creaks open, and it gets stuck because of how old it is. But
there's a where'd we put the oil can?
Oil can.
Here it is.
Okay.
Everyone does their own Foley work. Yeah, you managed to shove it open. Um, inside there is okay, there you'll see that the upholstery, as faded and as like busted up as it is, you can tell that it once was pink. And there is a very, very degraded, very old, but still there, like framed picture of a young woman, dark skin, light blonde hair. Because why not? Um, are like arm in arm with another woman, lighter skinned, red hair. Um, they both seem to be like looking out of frame, distracted, laughing. Um, and yeah, Elsie will say, "There should be a photo in there. Is there a photo in there?"
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Is one of them you or
I'm the one with the blonde hair. Or I had blonde hair. Um, I don't know how much I want to traumatize these children. Oh geez.
yeah?
For it. I'll always encourage the bad idea.
There is the clothing has lasted a lot longer than the rest of the body.
Oh, jeez. I wasn't ready for that.
I
And they are some kind of military fatigues of some kind. And in the photo, you see that Elsie's wearing the same ones. Um, the um, Vico, would bones last 227 years exposed to the elements?
um it depends. I'd guess the thing is pretty well sealed, and given that it's like kind of in the tree and underground, it was probably less exposed to the elements, so there's probably some pretty heavy weathering, but
Okay.
it would
So,
still be.
always good to have a an archaeologist on your payroll, just so you can do stuff like this. Yeah, there are bones. The 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 skeleton.
Oh, geez. Um, I
I
I
legitimately
think we
don't know how a
found
6-year-old would react to that.
Elsa. Cover your eyes. I like stick my hand out and I'm like, because Elsie, I think we found you.
Hmm.
Should
I
we? I mean, there's an actual cemetery. If
I
we could like,
I'd like that. I, and the audio from the voice coming from the echo unit is starting to sound really choppy and like staticky.
oh,
Hey, hey, Lizzie, real quick. Last question.
Eh,
I don't want to forget you. May I take the picture?
I don't need it anymore. Um, you can have it.
And last question. What was her name?
June. I never.
I'm glad we were able to help you.
Thank
I'll
you.
just put
can
the Echo Drive down. Take the picture.
where were you in June from? I can see if I can find.
We were
I
from
guess it. doesn't matter a whole lot now, but
If there's anyone there, I don't think there's anyone left. I think what you can take me to, and the audio gets really, really fuzzy. And she says, "Take me to," and it cuts out. And it goes dead.
Elsa just looks big wide eyes up at Sam.
Bye, Elsie.
At least we could help.
Elsie. June. Do you remember the serial number? She said it a couple of times.
So Elsa would absolutely remember the serial number.
I can
Moon
repeat
does
it.
not.
I can repeat it.
Yeah.
Elsa would rattle it off.
239 11 475 10.
I think we can use that. Should still be in the records.
Find out if there's anyone left that would want to know that we found her.
Yeah.
Maybe would want the picture.
Let's get
Let's
let's get out of here. First of all.
out of the tree. Yes. Out of the map, out of the tree.
I think before Sam follows Elsa, they first they take the oil can that they've still got and they just do a little bit of maintenance, brush off the dashboard, the dust that's accumulated there, just kind of little busy work things.
Mm-hmm.
They're we'll be back, Elsie. And then go and climb out after Elsa. And then realize they've let Elsa out of their sight for a couple minutes, and they're like, "Hey!"
Oh no! They're gonna lose another finger.
Okay. Where do you go next?
I feel
then?
like that's a good ending.
Yeah, I want to know where you take, because you have the information. Do you go and take it to someone to find out where she belongs?
No, Elsa probably goes directly to a terminal to see if they can find the answer.
Okay.
Sam goes too, and it's kind of leans over and is like, "Hey, first one to find anything gets
more dessert."
Yeah, gets the bigger half of dessert tonight.
You said you would give me all of your dessert. And then we'll just start furiously searching.
I did say that, but Sam's just kind of okay, successful distraction from the heavy emotions of having someone basically die in front of you.
And Elsa falls down a research hole and finds all of the information possible. So, how much information is there? Is there anyone left? Is there family of Elsie?
You learn that she was an only child and that her parents died a few years after her disappearance. Because she was declared missing in action. You do find records about June and about her children that she had with her wife.
So I think probably, oh, probably what happens is Elsa writes everything down in their journal and puts the picture frame on their bedside table. And then when they are old enough, go and find generations down the line of those kids and share the story from the picture frame if they want it.
I think when you do find them, they ask you to hold on to it because you were the last person that Elsie had, and like they tell you
probably
yeah.
never really tells anyone else where they got the picture or who's in the picture. It always sits on the bedside table.
Their mom comes in, like,
Who is this?
who the where'd this come from?
I found it. I thought it looked pretty. The eyelashes. If it works. Okay, maybe eventually told their parents. But...
Okay.
Or came up with some
excuse. Yeah.
Imaginative story about it.
Sam finally started paying attention to and taking history electives and paying attention to them.
That's great.
I think probably eventually Elsa did figure out how the mechs work.
Good. Oh, okay. That was really sweet.
I think.
Yeah.
I want to keep going. Like, I want to know all about this kid.
I know.
It's one of
more about this precocious 6-year-old.
That you have as a child, and the only reason you know it's real is because there's the picture frame, and someone else was there with you. And
very much so.
Oh man.
And it leaves like a weird lasting impression.
I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Ah.
That was yeah. Definitely. I think Elsa had been sort of like, oh, history is so cool. Then after this was like, oh, history was real.
Oh, real people happened.
Those were real people. And I think that probably had a pretty profound impact on them.
And Sam had like the opposite realization, or the same realization, but in the opposite direction of like, before was like, who cares about history? I'm focused on the now. And then it was like, oh my god, there were people. They were real people, and they mattered.
That's wonderful. I really, oh my gosh,
that was so good.
Ooh. It was really great from being the pilot's perspective and having to be like y'all are giving such like amazing like word pictures, and then I had to be like, I can't see. I can't see that. All right. Wow. Thank you so much to you two for being great storytellers with me on that. I felt like I didn't do enough, but thank you to Rollover Play Dead for making this game.
I definitely want to play it again.
We'll come back to this, and someone else can be the pilot, because it's I feel like it's definitely a different experience playing it from the pilot side, because like having to narrate my own death, not fun.
Cool. That's a thing.
Yeah. But yeah. Thank you so much for making this game Rollover Play Dead. Thank you so much for watching, everyone else, for tuning in. Thank you.
I've had my eye on this game for our Saturday tabletop nights for a while. I was just like, I was a little worried about like doing it, worried that it would be like too emotional and we would like have like a moment.
I'm having a moment.
like more of a moment than we were prepared for, but I think it's a really beautiful game and very simple, and
Yeah, and this
thank you for making it.
yeah, this breaks the mold of the usual trope of where Vigo picks the super world building games and I pick the super emotional ones. Vigo picked this super emotional one this time.
In the chat, Rollover Playdead says some groups have used the game as a world building tool and then used
Ooh.
the kids or the town, etc., in follow up like campaigns.
That's a really great idea.
I want to know more about this world.
Yeah,
Me
it's an
too.
interesting, neat little, like, I guess, not cyberpunk, but like sci-fi worldly
This
game.
does mean that even when I don't mean to pick a world building game, I still pick a world building game.
Mm-hmm. It's just a world building game in disguise. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Like once again for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow for some No Man's Sky.
Yes.
And then Monday with some Vico stuff. Whatever Vico's doing. Something,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I've been on a Mushishi kick, so I might just be drawing Mushishi fan art.
Love that. And then Tuesday, fingers super crossed, we're going to be having Stars I Shall Find, Star Trek Adventures campaign returning
Yes.
once again. Last week didn't happen because I got snowed in, and snowed in with my partner, which was fun. But so
Also, my internet cannot handle running a stream. So
yeah,
it didn't happen.
yeah. Yes, thank you, Rollerblade, and give us much love to the cats because we love them so much. Thank you one last time for joining us, and we will see you again next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah, then.